Good morning, guys. I have had a very productive start to the day. Did my morning routine and then I dropped my car off at the mechanics. Don't worry, there was no major problems. I don't need to fix my engine or do anything like that, but I did need to get some new summer tires. I've literally been pushing it off for weeks now because my tires have been so bald, but I just haven't wanted to take care of it because, well, to be honest, I don't know anything about cars or tires. And when you don't know about something, you can just feel so much anxiety about taking care of it because you're clueless. But my father-in-law literally 2 or 3 weeks in a row kept saying to me, you should probably get some new summer tires. And well, he's the kind of guy that probably drives his tires to the very end. So I figured if he's telling me to get some new summer tires, I should probably bite the bullet and just go get some summer tires. Well, in the end, I went to the mechanics shop, took 5 minutes to buy them. They're changing them right now. It's been taken care of, but it's sometimes so funny how in life, when there's a certain task or thing that you gotta take care of that you're clueless about, that you can get so much anxiety, so you just keep avoiding it, thinking the anxiety will somehow go away by avoiding it. But really, the best thing to do is just take care of it and just move on. Anyways, enough about car stuff. Today, I want to talk with you guys about 5 things you need to start vlogging. Maybe you've been thinking for a while now about starting a YouTube channel. It could be just to make fun vlogs for memory's sake, or maybe you see it as a tool that you could use to help build your business. Whatever your motive is in starting a YouTube channel, I want to help you get set up. But before we dive into 5 things that you're going to need to start vlogging, I want to quickly give a shout out to Skillshare, who has kindly sponsored this episode. If you haven't yet heard about Skillshare, Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creatives and curious people. By joining the Skillshare community, you'll get access to thousands of classes, and the best part is that it's only going to cost you less than $10 a month if you get the annual subscription. Imagine, just $10 a month and you'll be able to devour so many classes and learn so many valuable new skills. To top it all off, Skillshare has kindly offered the first 1,000 subscribers in my channel to test out Skillshare Premium for 2 months without any cost, so you can test it out, try out their classes, and see if you'd like to continue using Skillshare. If after watching this video, you feel like you want to learn even more about vlogging, you can actually jump on Skillshare and check out my new course that I just released called How to Vlog and Grow a YouTube Channel. And you'll be able to learn even more about vlogging and just the behind the scenes of running a YouTube channel. So once again, thank you Skillshare for sponsoring this episode. And now let's jump back to today's video. Okay, 5 things that you'll need to start vlogging. Now, during this video, I'm going to be talking about different pieces of gear that I use to vlog, but you don't necessarily need to get the exact pieces of gear, but instead you got to understand the why behind the tool and then figure out what's suitable for you and in the circumstances that you're in. So the first thing that you're going to need to start vlogging is a camera. Because of course, you're going to need a camera to film yourself talking, film your life, and get footage that you can use to make videos. Now, 2 features that I think are super important when it comes to cameras is first, a flip LCD screen, and second, reliable autofocus. When you're vlogging, you're often filming yourself talking, and you gotta be able to see what you look like when you're filming. You gotta be able to see what the exposure is like. You gotta be able to figure out how you can compose this shot. So that's why it's super important having an LCD screen, a flip LCD screen that you can turn in whatever which way possible so that you can see how you're filming, what's it looking like, and get the best possible footage. If you don't have the budget to right away jump into buying a mirrorless camera or DSLR with a flip LCD screen, as well you can use mobile phones like an iPhone, which has the selfie camera, so you can see exactly what the footage is going to look like while you're filming. The second feature that you're going to want in a camera is autofocus. I remember when I started this YouTube channel, I was using the Panasonic GH5 and I didn't have any native lenses, so I couldn't use the autofocus because I was using Canon glass with a Metabones adapter. And I remember when I would be vlogging myself, I would kind of just set the focus and start filming, and hopefully I was keeping the camera at the same distance and that my face would be in focus. Or if I was filming in the studio, I would literally have to set the camera on a tripod. I would put some sort of stand or something exactly where I would be. I would focus on that stand, remove the stand, jump into the shot and start filming. But then the problem was that even if it was a few centimeters off the focus, then I would be out of focus. So there was a lot of trial and error of me going back and forth, adjusting the focus just to get a reliable shot. So make sure that your camera has autofocus. Again, if you're starting out, you don't need to right away spend thousands of dollars in buying a DSLR or mirrorless camera. You can simply use your mobile phone like an iPhone, because an iPhone is going to have a selfie camera so you can see yourself filming yourself, and as well it's going to have autofocus so you're going to be able to get sharp looking footage. Okay, so after a camera, the second thing that you're going to need to start vlogging is a wide angle lens. When you're vlogging, you're filming a lot of times yourself talking or moving around, and you want to get that really nice wide perspective so that people don't just see your face and your nose hairs, rather they see you and the environment that you're in while you're talking. Just look at the difference if I'm filming at 15 millimeters compared to 35 millimeters or even 50 millimeters. You can see right away when I filmed on a tighter focal length, all you see is just my face. It's really, bunched up, and you feel like it's not very inviting. Whereas when you have a wider perspective, like at 15 millimeters, it's much more inviting. You're inviting the viewer to come and be a part of the view with you. It's almost like you're just talking with a person beside each other when you're vlogging with the wide angle lens. Whereas if you're filming really close up to your face, it's really intimidating. It's not very enjoyable for a person to watch. I personally use the Canon 15-35 RF lens. It's a really great lens because at 15 millimeters, it's very wide, and as well, the lens has a lens stabilizer, meaning when I'm vlogging and talking, the footage is gonna be nice and smooth. Again, if you don't have the budget to invest in a wide angle lens, again, a mobile phone like an iPhone is gonna have the ultra wide lens, which is essentially a 13 millimeter lens. So if you already have an iPhone in your pocket, and you don't have a huge budget to invest in a DSLR or mirrorless camera or wide angle lenses, just simply use your mobile phone. I actually personally often use my iPhone for a lot of my vlogging because sometimes it's just not practical to carry around a huge setup. Rather, instead, it's just nice to vlog with your mobile phone. Alright, so once you've decided your camera and you have a wide angle lens to vlog with, the third thing that you're going to need is a microphone. When it comes to vlogging, sound is just as or even more important than the image quality. For example, if you have a film or a vlog that's filmed in an amazing way, has great image quality, but the sound is terrible, it's crackling, it's peaking, the wind is blowing to the microphone, people are not going to want to watch that video. Whereas if you have a video where the image quality is not the best, but the sound is good, people are still going to watch it. I myself prefer using the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus when I'm using my DSLR or mirrorless camera, and then when I'm filming the iPhone, I like using the Rode Video Micro. These are both great microphones because they're shotgun mics, meaning that they're directional, so they're not going to pick up on all the atmospheric sound. Instead, it's going to pick up on me talking. As well, you're going to want to have one of those furry dead cats that's going to prevent that wind when you're filming outside. Alright, so the fourth thing that you're going to need to start vlogging is some sort of stabilizer or tripod. I myself like using the Joby GorillaPod when I'm using my mirrorless cameras, and then I like to use the Manfrotto tripod when I'm filming with my iPhone. The reason why I like the Joby GorillaPod is it's very easy to hold. You can hold it far away from you. Then when you want to film just in a stable shot, you can set up on any kind of surface, whether it's uneven, because you can just use the legs and move them around. The same thing with the Manfrotto tripod. You can fold up the legs, hold it in your hand, very easy to vlog. And then when you want to set up on a table, you can just unfold the legs, and it's very easy to get static talking shots. There are all sorts of different kinds of stabilizers and tripods that you can use to vlog with, so it's just figuring out what's going to work for you when it comes to budget and practicality. But those are the two things that I use. I'll make sure to link below in the description all the different pieces of gear that I use while vlogging. But once again, like I said in the beginning of this video is not meant to tell you exactly what to buy. Instead, I want to tell you the why behind the what, so that then you can figure out what would work best for you. Guys, I'm so sorry to do this to you, but before I tell you number 5, I need to go quickly grab my car, run to a client meeting, and then we'll come back and talk about number 5. Man, not only is the boosted rev super handy and practical to have, it's also a lot of fun to get around the city with. There she is, look at that. The tires actually have treads again. They were just like completely bald, so it's a good thing I got new tires. All is well with the car. Now time to head off to my client meeting. Feels kind of funny to actually go to a client meeting because with everything with COVID-19, everything's been over Zoom and just through the internet, but this is the first time we're actually gonna have a real face-to-face client meeting here in Finland. Alright, Alright, that meeting went very well. Very excited about the project we're working on. Now let's head back to the office and I'll tell you about the last and fifth thing that you need to start vlogging. Back at the office again. Let me just quickly set the lights up again and we'll talk about number 5 on what you need to start vlogging. That looks much better. Okay, number 5. The last thing that you need to start vlogging actually has nothing to do with gear. And that's the reason why I wanted to leave this point as the last one. So the fifth and final thing that you need to start vlogging is story. You can have all the gear in the world, but if you don't have story and if you don't use storytelling in your videos, people are not going to want to watch your vlogs. Storytelling is a tool that you can use to share your experiences, your thoughts, and to even teach something to your audience. When it comes to storytelling and sharing your experiences, a huge roadblock that people can face when they start vlogging is that they feel like their life is all too normal, and you can have these thoughts and feelings like, why would anyone want to watch my vlogs, or why would anyone want to watch things that I do in my life? But the thing that you have to realize is that your norm can be someone's exotic. For example, I live here in Finland, and if I went up to northern Finland and I went skiing or snowboarding and went snowshoeing in the snow, for me it's quite normal, but for someone from a warm climate, it can be very exotic, this winter wonderland. So you gotta understand that people who are watching your videos, they aren't living out your norm. So for them, it's very interesting to see what your everyday life is like, what your thoughts and experiences are from where you are in that part of the world. A good example of this was when I was in Tanzania last year visiting my friend. For my friend, living in Tanzania was the norm, and when I was there, I said, man, why don't you share more Insta stories or video clips from your life here in Tanzania? And he said to me, why would anyone want to see anything from here? This is just normal life. And I had to remind him that his norm in Tanzania is definitely not my norm. So for me to watch and see things from his life would be very interesting. I would have had loved to watch and hear more stories from his life in Tanzania. In that moment, I realized it's so easy to get used to our surroundings and forget that what we live out each day can actually be very exciting for someone else. So it's really important that we keep having that audience's perspective of what they would be interested in hearing about or seeing compared to what we think is interesting or exciting to see. Something that's so normal and ordinary for us can actually be something very exciting for someone else. And this is the same when it comes to our thoughts and our experiences. We can start to think that people don't want to watch or hear about them, but really we got to understand that everything that we experience and the thoughts that we want to share can actually be very encouraging and very eye-opening for someone else who hasn't experienced what you've experienced in life. So I guess what I'm trying to say here in the end is, as much as it is important to have the right gear, it's even more important to have a good story. It's really important that you invest in your storytelling skills so that people would be more engaged and more wanting to keep watching your content. Of course, having the right gear does help, but you gotta have the story to tell to come together and make a great vlog. Alright guys, I hope that this video was encouraging for you if you're interested in starting vlogging. I want to encourage you, it might be scary to start, but just step out and start making your own vlogs, and over time they're just going to get better and better and you get more and more comfortable talking in front of the camera and as well storytelling. At the end, I just want to say thanks for watching this video. Remember as well, if you're interested, you can sign up for Skillshare with the link below, and I'll make sure to as well link all the gear that I'm using when it comes to vlogging. Alright guys, have a fantastic week.